Hey guys, it's your girl Kira Renee and I'm back with another video. Today I'm going to be telling you guys what it's like to live in Arizona. Yes, Arizona. Phoenix, Arizona to be specific. And of course, I have a lot to say about Arizona because I really don't like it. I really just feel like it's not for me. So I'm going to go ahead and talk about some key points of why I don't like it and then some good points, of course. So you guys can get both sides of the story and whatnot. Right now I'm eating Subway. Got the little meatball sub and whatnot. This is my first time having it as well, so let me go ahead and take a bite. It's actually really good, like really good. I was not expecting this from Subway, but let's get into this video. So I moved down here 2 years ago to Phoenix. So when I first came down here to Arizona, it was cool. I was vibing, the weather was good and all that. But then when I started to get settled, it was just like, okay, no, you know. So this is a few things I noticed when I was here. I noticed that the people are rude. Like, people will not say excuse me here. I have not yet, and I've been down here for like 2 years. I have not have somebody tell me excuse me when they're in my way or they're cutting in front of me, bumping into me. No excuse me, no sorry, no nothing. They'll just keep walking. That's one thing I noticed off rip. And back where I'm from, like Kansas City, you be like, my bad, you know, my bad, excuse me, da da da. Nobody says that here. I'm just like, okay, like, people are just rude here. That's the first thing that I noticed when I came down here, was people was rude. Like, nobody knows how to say excuse me. Nobody knows how to say I apologize or I'm sorry. Like, nobody says those things. Like, they could be in a grocery store and they'll reach over you or cut in front of you, or you be in their way and they don't say excuse me, like, hey, excuse me, I need to get past. They'll just stand there and look. I've seen people throw a drink on somebody's car before here. Like, literally, they're driving on the road, they'll pull up next to you and throw a drink just because you, like, maybe was driving too slow. Like, it's just, people are crazy here. It's like a melting pot here. So everybody is from everywhere, and so everybody has their ways of thinking, and so when it's combined, you're like, whoa, you know. But yeah, it's just the main thing that I notice is really manners. Like, a lot of people don't have manners and they're just rude. Like, that's literally the only thing. That's one thing I noticed. The second thing was that it's not very hard to get a job here. It took me literally like 2 weeks. When I got down here, 2 weeks to get a job. That's all. It's good opportunities out here, good money, tons of money. Even if it's just like you doing Postmates or DoorDash, you know, delivering people's food or picking people up and dropping them off somewhere, like, you'll never run out of opportunities for that. The cost of living is not really high here. As long as you have a job or two, you good. There's a lot of ways you can make money, like DoorDash, Postmates. You can make money on your own just driving and delivering people's food. And because Arizona is such a huge state, you'll never run out of opportunities. Minimum wage here is, I think, like $12 now, and back at home it was like 9 or 10. So that was one big plus for me coming from Kansas City, Missouri to here to get money. Like, you'll never run out of ways. Like, there's a lot of people that own businesses here. I've seen like a few black owned businesses, so that's good. It's a great place to start business. There's a lot of openings. There's a lot of, like, if you do hair especially, like, we need more beauty supplies. Like, we need more salons, especially for like African Americans. We need more salons and barbershops. So if you are looking for a place to open a business or start a business, it's here. It's a lot of ways you can make good connections. People love to talk down here. Like, they're very opinionated. You gonna hear their opinion whether you like it or not. There's like a lot of amusement parks, like there's zoos, there's a lot of good places to eat, a lot of shopping malls, a lot of shopping centers. Like there's a lot of stuff you can do. Like if you got money, you can't be bored here. Most artists come here for concerts, so there's a lot of concerts, a lot of things you can do. Like they have gardens, like Japanese garden you can go to, and you see like Japanese fish and fishes and all that stuff. They have a lot of parks. They have a lot of parks, a lot of great scenery, places like that. So that's a plus as well. A lot of good eating places too. Like yoga in the park. They have a lot of different classes that you can take here. And like, because my mom took a class in the mall today. Actually, it was about how to use her app Procreate on her iPad. So she went to go do that. So like, it's a lot of classes. You can learn a lot, and you can build a lot of connections here. If you're my age, it's really, I mean, there's some places you can go, like hookah lounges and like clubs and stuff like that. If you're in your 20s or whatever, there's not really much you can do. Like there's not really a lot to do, except like go to like little parties here and there, but the parties don't really be, you know, lit. Like, it's not enough, you know, popping things you can do, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a lot, but yeah, I really feel like just Arizona period is not for me. If you're older, the nightlife is kind of better for you guys, I guess, because I talked to some people. If you're older, then I guess yeah, but I just feel like for myself and people in their 20s, there's not a lot of things you can do. I also noticed that it's a retirement state. This state is not really for people like, you know, my age. It's just a retirement state, and I'm sorry to say that. The weather's nice though. Currently it's like winter right now, but it feels like it's fall, so that's another plus. Now, the thing is, if you're looking for an apartment, make sure it's rent controlled, because some people don't know this. They'll get down here, find an apartment, and say the rent be like $1,000, right? Next week they can change the rent and up the rent and increase the rent to like $2,000, $3,000. As long as it says it's not rent control, then they can up it. Like they can up whatever, how much they want it to be. They can up it. So you want to make sure when you get down here, your apartment that you're going to is rent controlled, so that way they don't up the price on you and you become homeless. And speaking of homelessness, there's a lot of homeless people out here simply because either they're strung out on drugs, or they're the rent control thing. They found an apartment and can't keep up with the rent, because the rent does go up if you don't look for a place that is rent controlled. A lot of homeless people are sleeping on bus stops, at the parks. You taking your kids to the park, you're going to see a homeless person, or you're going to see a lot of homeless people surrounded by a tree. They will shoot needles, like at the park. They'll shoot needles. There'll be dirty needles in the grass, like needles everywhere in the park. You're gonna see tents. You're gonna see drugs. You're gonna see them doing drugs. You're gonna see them doing a lot of stuff. They're everywhere, sleeping on bus stops, sleeping in parking lots. They'll even start to rob you. Like they'll come to your house. They'll rob you. Like my aunt actually got her place broken into, and it was a homeless lady. And I'm so glad my cousin was there to stop it. Point is, the homeless people, they'll go around the neighborhood and they'll steal certain things to resell it to other people to be able to get money for drugs. So that's a thing. That's another thing that is like kind of bad about Phoenix, Arizona. There's like a lot of homeless people that are around here because the weather is good. So it's easier for them to be outside if the weather is good, you know. The plus is the weather. It doesn't snow here. It rains, but it don't rain that often. When it gets to winter, it don't even feel like winter. It feel like fall. so that's a good plus as well. You really don't get bothered by the police as much as you would in, like, say, Chicago or Kansas City. You don't really get bothered by the police unless you're really doing something wrong. I would not stay here for the rest of my life. I could not do it. I just can't. Oh, and also, y'all, it'd be a lot of prostitutes walking around. It's kind of like Las Vegas. It's kind of like Las Vegas, I would say. Yeah, I feel like it's a retirement state, and it's just not for me or people my age or younger. Like, that's just how I feel. It will be a good place to visit, but it's just not a good place to live for me. And let's talk about the crimes, because now, this is the difference. In Arizona, like, people are crazy, like, crazy. Like, stabbings, or, like, robberies at a gas station, or banks, you know. They be having the craziest crimes. Like, in Kansas City, you just hear, like, shootouts and stuff like that. I think Arizona's crimes are, like, a tad bit worse, just because they're a little crazier. Like, people in the head is mentally gone here. Like some of the stuff you wouldn't even think about until you hear it on the news. You're like, what? Somebody really did that? Like, it's some crazy stuff that be going on in Arizona. It's a lot of crazy, quacky people. I mean, there's more good than there is bad, but I just feel like for somebody my age, it's not really somewhere I would like to live. Don't get me wrong, it's a nice vacation spot. Like, y'all, this sandwich is kind of good. I ain't gonna lie. This sandwich is kind of hitting. But yeah, those are my little points. I can't really remember anything else that I really wanted to talk about. I should have really wrote some stuff down, but I was trying to eat. Sometimes people be acting a little bougie here. I ain't gonna lie. Because when I first got down here, everybody seemed like stuck up and stuck to themselves. And especially like when I was in college, it was just a lot of people that was just off to themselves. Like, nobody really interacted with others. They were just doing their own thing. And it's always nice to go to a state where nobody knows you and you can do whatever you feel like doing and nobody's gonna judge you. But then again, I started getting a little, like, lonely and alone. Just because nobody was talking to me. Like, y'all. So I felt some type of way. But I just learned that it was just Arizona people. Like, they're not really talkative. Like, you have to go up to them and start talking to them for them to talk to you. But if you have friends, it will make everything better and more fun. But if you coming down here and you just moving here and you have nobody, it's boring. Unless you like that type of person that has fun by themselves and can do things by themselves, then you be good, I guess. But yeah, so moral of the story is you make good money down here. There's a lot of opportunities. The weather is great. Winter is more like fall here. There's no snow. It rains occasionally, not all the time. I'm kind of in between. I mean, it's bonuses and there's minuses to the situation. So, I mean, it's a good vacation state. That's all I'm gonna say. And if you want to live here, it's good for retirement. You know, it's good for senior citizen type people. You know, people that are retired. This is a retirement state. Like, I'm just being honest. It's a retirement state. So I hope you guys gain some type of knowledge from this video or not. So, this is my video, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. If there's some questions that you want to ask me about living in Arizona, go ahead and comment them down below and I will answer them. If I didn't cover anything that you guys really wanted to know about, go ahead and comment them down below, and I'll get to them. And yeah, it's your girl, Kara Renee, and I'm out.